Okay, so now we're going to talk about lists and detail view. Can give you a basic understanding of how these things work. So in SwiftUI, a list is a container view that displays a collection of data in a vertical scrolling list. Each item in the list is represented by a row, and the list can be populated with data from an array, set, or any other collection type. A list is very flexible, powerful view, and it can be used to display various types of data. Text, images, and even custom views. In SwiftUI, lists are created using the list view, and the items in the list are created using the for each view. Here's an example of how to create a simple list in SwiftUI. Right here. You need to pause, you can pause, but I'm going to move on. In SwiftUI, navigation view is a container view that manages the navigation of your app. It's used to present a hierarchical navigation of views where each view is pushed into a stack and the user can navigate back through the views by tapping the back button. The navigation view is typically used as the root view of your app, and its contents are usually composed of other views that are connected through navigation links. The navigation view provides a navigation bar at the top of the screen and handles the presentation of the back button. Here's an example of how the navigation in SwiftUI, and this is it right here, navigation view, navigation link. And again, if you need to pause, you can pause, but I'm going to be, in the tutorial, I'm going to be creating this for you just to show you how this works. Okay, so we're going to talk about our little coding strategy. When using UIKit in order to create a table view, so I'm going to talk about table view and I'm UIKit and I'm comparing it to SwiftUI. When using UIKit in order to create a table view, which is the equivalent of a list in SwiftUI, you must implement UI table view delegate, UI table view data source protocols. This is done particularly to create cells. And this is an example. So this right here is a UIKit table view with table view cells. Okay. SwiftUI offers a new way to build user interfaces for Apple platforms. One key feature of SwiftUI is it uses the list objects to generate cells, which replaces the traditional approach of using delegates and data sources in UIKit. In SwiftUI, views are defined as structs, making them more lightweight and less prone to memory issues. However, this can raise concerns about modifying object properties and maintaining state. The @state wrapper solves this issue by allowing the modification of object properties without making them mutable or enabling the dependent functionality to react to changes in the @state property without the need for computed properties. Okay. Now, you may not need UI table view delegate or UI table view data source, but your custom objects will implement the identifiable protocol. And I'll cover that in the tutorial, and I will give you a summary of what is going on with the identifiable protocol. When using a list object, there will be a parameter called ID. This parameter refers to a unique identifier for items in the array. In the case of custom objects, the identifier is the ID property of the object, and the value is a UUID generated by the UUID object with its initializer. I will demonstrate this in the tutorial. Okay. So, yeah. So, let's go ahead and get to the code and the project. Okay, so now here we go. Our recording is in progress. Let's talk about this. So we have our list view working. And in the list view, we have basically just the basic body of what's going to be our list view. And of course, this is where our functionality is going to be. We create our lists and our items in our, it's going to be in our array. Okay. Now let me explain this app. This app is going to be is going to have a list of videos that are on YouTube. Okay. When you click on one of the table, click on one of the list cells, it will take you to a detail page that will have information and actually display a video. Okay. And so this is the list. This is this controller right here. As you can see, I'm working, and this is the detail, right? Hello world, and this should be hello world, right? Okay. And yeah, so this is the detail page. And then we're going to have a page with a button and we're going to pop up and it's going to say, it's going to show and display the video. And yeah, so this should also give you a little bit of information on how to use the web view, right? So let's go ahead and get the ball rolling with this, okay? So we have our list view, our view. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to get rid of this, right? And this needs a property. Oh, and one more thing I got to talk about. So before I do this, let's go ahead and talk about our data. So for this project, this data is hard-coded. I'm not using a networking service, okay? Basically, this is what we're going to be passing. Boxer, our Boxer objects, and they each have a name, video title, and URL string. Okay, and this is our property that is an array of Boxer objects. Okay, all right. So, and we're going to, of course, this is a static let. Okay, so let's go back here, and I guess the first thing we want to do is you have to remember whenever a list uses well, let me go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna get to it and then I'll show you. You'll see what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and start off by I'm going to create a property, right? I'm gonna have a property. It's gonna be at state. It's gonna be the wrapper, right? And private var boxer, right? And this boxer is of type, or should I say boxers, right? Is of type array of boxer objects, right? And of course, we will populate this. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes of how to do the list. Later on, I'm going to once we understand how a list works and the navigation view, how it works with it, then we're going to make this a little more along the lines of how you would do it in the professional working world, right? You adhere to design patterns and best practices and conventions that are suitable for the real world. Okay, let's go. Boxer. Okay, boxer list, right? Dot boxers. So here we are. Boxer list dot boxers, right? All right. So now I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, I'm going to get rid of this and I want to have a navigation view, right? Navigation view, right? This is what's going to be our navigation view. And this should, okay, yeah, I'm waiting for the errors to go away, right? And so now what I want to do is I want to create a VStack, right? In here, VStack. And eventually I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and refactor this so that it's easier to read. But so within the VStack, which already are, if you don't understand what a VStack is, you need to go back and check out some of our prior videos. Okay. V stack, vertical stack. We're going up and down. Okay. Navigation link, right? Okay. Destination, right? Yeah. Destination. I think yeah, destination. Yeah, destination. And the destination is of course it is detail view, right? Detail view. For now, I'm gonna do it just like that, and we're gonna get rid of this label stuff, right? We're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, okay? And so let me see something. And then I'm gonna say dot navigation title, okay? And I'm gonna say boxers list. There you go. So this is where we set our title in your navigation link, okay? So the list of boxers. I'm just gonna say list of boxers, okay? List of boxers. So now I'm in here, and what I want to do is go ahead and let's start building the fundamentals of how this thing is going to work. So I got my H stack, my V stack. Now I'm going to start off doing a horizontal stack, right? So let's go ahead and say H stack. Stop calling me. Sorry about that. H stack, right? And I'm going to do this right here. Why? Because I want this to say spacing. I want spacing on here. Spacing, right? And 22. Okay, so we can have some spacing on here inside this horizontal stack. So you have a horizontal stack within the V stack, right? And you know, some if you want to be a little bit, let's do this dot border, right, with 5, right? Hold on for a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get the ball rolling on this because I'm sure this video is not going to be necessarily short. So I'm going to say image, right? System name, photo.fill.on. Okay, and so there you go. That's my system image right there. Now I'm going to make it dot resizable, and I'm going to make it scale to fits. Okay, so now we'll say dot scale to fits. All right, and frame. I'm gonna make this frame, right? I'm gonna give it a width of just 100. Width 100, and that's this right here. And then right next to it, I'm going to have a vertical stack right next to this. So I'm going to say V stack. Stop calling people. I'm gonna say V stack, right? Dot spacing, right? Is :5. And I'm going to say this right here, my spacing. And I'm going to say text, okay. And I'm going to say So just throw a boxer's name out there. I'm gonna say Mike Tyson, right? Sorry, Mike Tyson. Oh, Mike Tyson. And let's go ahead and modify this. Right. So dot frame. Let's put size on this. Width should be about 170. And height should be about 50. HEIGHT. 50 and dot padding, right? Dot all 10, right? And background dot background right? I'm gonna say background and I don't okay, color dot gray, right? And then we're gonna say line limit is 3. Name line limit is 3 dot limit 3 dot font dot system, right? System size 14, right? Dot WIGHT. And for the weights, I'm gonna say bold. I'm gonna say design is default, right? And then I'm gonna say foreground color dot foreground color is dot white, right? And there we go right there. And let's go ahead and zoom in because we can't really see it, right? Or yeah, I don't want to zoom in that much now. All right, so you see, this should be our image, and I would generate an image, but something, we don't have the time. We can do that on another day. That could be a completely different tutorial. But right now we need to focus on understanding this list view. Okay, corner radius 10. So there you go. And now I'm gonna say, we're gonna do this again. Text, right? And where are we? There we go. Right, text, and we're gonna say uh born in Bed-Stuy. It's not a real documentary, but uh, the story of Iron Mike. Okay, stop. Iron Mike. Okay. All right. So now we have this story of Iron Mike, and we need to go ahead and add our change up some of these modifiers, right? So it's gonna say dot frame, and we have a width is 170, and then we'll have a height, HEIGHT, height of 100, and then we'll say dot padding, right, is dot all, comma, 10, right, dot background color, BAC background, right? So background, and of course, get rid of this. We will say COLOR color dot blue, right? There we go. Or not black, blue, right? So we have and then our foreground color, which is the text color, dot foreground color, right, is color dot white, right? Color dot white. Okay. So now, of course, font should be Let me go out here. Font should be dot font, font, right? And font should be dot system, right? Dot size is 12. Okay, comma WIGHT. Weight is dot regular, right? Comma design is dot default, right? Okay, let me see, what am I doing? What is that? What is that? What is that? Weight is dot, oh, okay. I guess that is it's wrapping, you know. See. Yeah. Weight is dot regular. Okay. Okay, line limit equals 5. Dot corner radius is 10. And as you can see, this is right here. And yeah, and that's how everything should look. We have this, right? Now we have one template for it. What we need to do is get our data, right? Get our data and let's populate this list object with dynamic data, right? So I'm going to go back over here. All right, we're going to go back over here. And one thing that we want to do is within the navigation view, okay, we're going to say list, right? All right, we're going to say list, okay, boxers, right? We're going to say ID, colon, okay, backslash, dot ID, right? But they're saying it's probably going to give me an error and say, well, there's no ID, right? Where's the ID? Where's your ID? That's what it's going to ask. Okay, I'm going to go here and there. And it's going to say boxer in, right? And it says contextual. There we go. Boxer has no member ID. Why am I getting this error? I'll tell you why. First of all, let's go ahead and move all of this inside of this. So I'm going to go to this VStack. We're moving this entire VStack right here. And you see how I folded it? Command X, Command V. Now it's inside. Okay. That's the end. Okay. So now let's go to our boxer object. And why is this because it has to conform to a protocol called identifiable. Okay. Now it says boxer does not conform to identifiable. Go right here and it'll add the stub. Right. Identifiable. Okay. But we still have one problem, right? Oh, sorry. Okay, look. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to take this right here. We're going to move this here right here equals, and we will say UUI, UUID. There you go. Now this creates an automatic value for this. Okay. And I will go into what a UUID is later. But for now, we're here. And then you see our warning, our error message goes away. On top of that, you see this dynamically creates these cells, right, for every one. However, the information in the cells is not dynamic. right? So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna go here. This is our first one. This is Mike Tyson. We want to replace that with, right, boxer dot name. Okay. And now the dynamic data. See, Zeb Brooks Multimedia, Nick Diaz, Kobe Covington, Mike Tyson, Thomas Hearns, Vasily Lomachenko, Javante Davis. Okay, now we're right here to title. Okay, born in best side. That's not what this is what we want. Okay, we want a real title. Okay, again, boxer dot, right. Let me go back to my video title. That's what it is. Go back here. Okay, right there we go. Go here. I'm going to say VID. No, not body. Boxer. Boxer dot video title. Okay, and this should, yes, there we go. Now we have no errors, and we have all our dynamic information right here. Okay. So now we have the same functionality as what you would expect from a table view, right? We have our table view header up here, and we have our dynamic data based on the arrays that are passed to this. So that's the first part of this. The second part, I'm going to show you how we set up a detail view, how we pass one of these boxer objects to a detail view, and we're going to use that, and we're going to load it up so that you can see the video associated with each one in the detail view. Okay, so yes, on to the next.